like you told me.
What is going on, everybody? Another wonderful Monday night at Chewin the BBQ Fat. How are you all doing tonight? Man, we got a good show tonight. I cannot wait.
I'm gonna block the halo with
Yeah, Ellen's she's so beautiful. She's just got the she's just glaring over there. We love it to death. I just want to bring Ellen on. We are getting really close to the best barbecue contest in the world. We got to get rid of the second best barbecue contest in the world, the American Royal. We got to get through it. We got to get through that one. And then on to the ABS Classic. It's going to be awesome. Here we go. We're so excited. Ellen, tell everybody a little bit about what we got going on at the ABS Classic.
We currently have close to 55 pro teams and 35 backyard teams. I think we're going to approach close to 100 teams this year, which is awesome. We got our vendors lined up, our bands lined up, trophies getting ready to get in our hands.
We got a story to tell about our trophies.
Yes.
We had trophies lined up. We are going to do something awesome this year. That we're going to go with the glass blown peaches. And you know, because that's always a big thing. We're trying to come up with something special, something to be different, and have it stand out. And you know, the apples are awesome. Everybody has so much feedback about the apples. We're like, you know what? Let's do something cool with Georgia, something that stands out with Georgia and what we do. So we went with glass blown peaches, and man, we had an amazing artist get ready to make these for us. I got my light person over here trying to figure this out. But in all of this, the hurricane came through Asheville, North Carolina. And with Asheville, North Carolina, it was who was going to do our just turn them all off, Micah.
Okay, we're going to sit in the dark tonight.
So with that, Asheville, you all know what happened in Western North Carolina. Asheville destroyed.
The glass makers studio. Well, her studio, the glass making studio that she gets the glass sourced from, washed away. I need to follow up with her about her studio. Her house was okay, but I mean, as you guys all know, that Asheville has a long way to go to recover. So we're going to be doing something, Brian, at our classic event to help raise money for the hurricane victims. So stay tuned for that. We'd love for you guys to participate.
Yeah. So like I say, so the trophies are coming in. We had to pivot, make a change, but they're coming in. They're going to be awesome.
We found another glass maker in Decatur, Georgia. So still homegrown, and they're going to be awesome.
That's right. So looking forward to it. We got cool trophies, got a lot of stuff going on. It's going to be a lot of fun. So get signed up for the contest. What's up, man? How you doing, Nick? Y'all get signed up for that contest. We've got space for another couple more. We're probably going to limit it to 100 just because of reps issues and everything else the closer we get. So sign up, pro, backyard, whatever. Kids Q, we got a huge Kids Q event this year. Man, we're giving away a lot of money in Kids Q. It's going to be pretty cool.
They might just see some of these.
You might get beauties. This could be a trophy. Who knows?
Yeah.
Not these, but something like these. Mm-hmm. But it's going to be awesome. So I tell you what, we have got a cool show tonight. I am so excited about tonight's show. Couldn't be more excited to call our next guest, whatever, a friend of ours. She's been in barbecue for a long time, doing amazing things in barbecue. Adam, co-host Adam, he's putting out a fire right now. He's a fireman. He's putting out fires or training people how to put out fires, something along those lines. But he will be on any minute now. And once he comes on, we're going to talk a little bit more about all that kind of stuff. But I wanted Ellen to come on talk about the classic. The other thing we have is the classic class. It's filling up fast. So if you want to get involved in the classic class, that's going to be another awesome event too. Get signed up, and it's going to be great. All right, Ellen, what else we got? How you doing on the store? Anything at the store?
Yes, so we've got the Big Pig Jig in Vienna, Georgia. It's an MBN contest. We got the delivery code is up for that. Vienna, however you say it, spell it. All orders need to be placed by tomorrow by midnight. And then if they need any orders going out this weekend, I need all orders placed before noon on Wednesday, because I will be leaving on a jet plane to Kansas City that evening. So don't want to have any orders delayed.
I don't know why you do this to yourself. She's letting y'all go till noon, and we all know it'll be 3:00, and we're going to get somebody being like, hey, can you get it up there? Like,
and
sorry.
We are not going to be able to take product to the Royal. So
we're flying out. So it's not going to be that easy.
You better have it in your hands by now, I think.
Or call my man, Chris, and go to Proud Souls, Kansas City, pick up what you need, and he'll get you taken care of.
Yeah.
Right?
Halloween basket giveaway. Y'all make sure to post pictures of you in your Halloween outfits. They can be from past or present. We're giving a basket full of goodies away. We're raffling off or
I didn't even know
a winner next Chewin the BBQ Fat show. So
got it, Nick. I don't know what you're talking about, Nick. No. So anyway, send you a little message. Yes, Nick, we have it. But we don't want that out there. So anyway, it's going to be great. The Royal is this week. How awesome is this? Amazing time for the Royal. It's going to be a blast. Looking forward to it. And it's going to be great. Speaking of the Royal, you ready? Are you going to go? Are you going to stick on with the show tonight, or are you going to head out?
I'm going to head out.
Okay, imagine that. She's out.
I know you got a great
we got a great guest on tonight. I can't wait.
And I'm sure Adam will be on shortly.
Yep, Adam will be on soon. Once he gets on, we'll bring him in. But everybody's here to see this. Like the page, share the page, get it out there to as many people. Get on YouTube. You see it on Facebook. Go to Twitter, whatever we do. I don't even know what we do. But it's going to be a lot of fun. So all of that being said, here we go. This is what I love when Annella comes on. Annella is so awesome. She is barbecue royalty. She's amazing. Does so much in competition barbecue. Annella, how you doing?
I'm doing so good. I don't know. I mean, that's a pretty big buildup. So,
I mean, it's not good enough. It's not good enough for you.
It's plenty. I was just thinking, you guys are doing blown glass peach awards. It'd be awkward in Idaho because we would have to have blown glass potatoes, and that would just be weird.
That could be awesome.
We only have one contest in Idaho, so I'll have to let the guy know. Like, we need some blown glass potatoes. Yeah. That's what'll draw the people.
I'm telling you, we've learned so much without this, like the glass blowers and everything. So apparently these artists specialize in certain things that they do. And we had found one that specializes in peaches. Who knew? This is all new to us.
I have learned in my tenure that there is something out there for everyone, and everyone does something.
That's so true. It is so true. I mean, it's mind-blowing how good they all are and everything else they do.
Yeah. When I tell people I do, competition barbecue, they're like, what? I'm like, no, it's a thing.
Yeah. What are you talking about?
And then there's some weird ass thing for every other person in the world that does stuff. So,
it's crazy. All right. So I didn't really even talk about so Annella, tell everybody knows who you are, but go ahead and throw it out there. Tell us who you are, what you do, and all that kind of good stuff.
I'm Annella with Snake River Farms. I've been here a few years. We're not going to talk about. It's been a long time. This is our 10th year at the Royal, so we're pretty excited about that. Been doing that for 10 years, and I manage our email programs in-house for our e-commerce side, and then I manage our barbecue program. So I work with teams and events, and mostly events and classes and philanthropic stuff. And then I go to the World Championships. I had to skip the Jack this year.
Yeah,
but
well, you go to most of them.
yeah,
You go to most
yeah.
of them. You miss out on that big one there in a couple weeks in November.
Yeah,
I mean, speaking of majors, I mean,
we're doing this little thing called launching a new website. So it's been
that.
Yeah, so I didn't make it to the Jack this year, but
well, I was talking about the Atlanta Barbecue Store Classic.
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah, so we pretty much don't travel in November and December.
I don't blame it.
We honestly, so like on our website, and this is no BS, we do about 45% of our annual rev in 3 months, in October, November, and December. I mean, the whole year is obviously also but like those 3 months are insane. And so this is my official preface to everyone. If you're ordering for Christmas, order it now. It's the shortest gap between Thanksgiving and Christmas that we've had in many, many years. So it's only, so if you guys are ordering anything from anyone, for the love of God, order early.
Get it in now.
Because FedEx and UPS are just going to screw everything up around December 8th anyway. So just order it now.
They've already started. Ellen just said they've already started.
Rough. It's rough.
It's wild. Yeah. And then posting the USPS is just.
Yeah. And we get the people who are like, oh, get rid of UPS, use FedEx. Oh, get rid of FedEx. They're all the same.
They are.
It's
and then
Verizon. It's all the same.
It is. I mean, it's the same stuff, different day.
But yeah, so I kind of do a little bit of this, a little bit of that. I've been here for, like I said, a long time. So I've worked in food service. I've worked in sales. I've worked in marketing. I've been most recently for probably the last 5 years on the e-commerce side of things. So website, and I was in that and then moved and came back. So yeah. And then just barbecue is kind of, I told them I wouldn't give it up no matter what area in the office I was going to. I always wanted to keep barbecue. And so that's where we're at.
That's awesome. All right. So speaking about website,
I
just got a link in my emails, and I went ahead and activated my account.
Awesome.
Got another email back in saying you're ready to go.
Yeah.
So give everybody a little bit of what's going on with the new website.
We about every so often, we move and update and everything. We made a big jump this time in platforms. So we're now on Shopify. Okay. So if everyone's familiar with like Shop Pay and being able to use Shop Pay and those kind of things, you can now do that on our website, which is awesome. It means we have a lot more ability to the way we market things and provide things for people. We have the ability to do some cool like crossover stuff with other folks who have Shopify. So it's like way down the road. That's you have Shop Pay now. Yes, you have Shop Pay now, so it's super fun.
Yeah.
New recipes, new photography, new products. We just launched it's like super delicious, a bacon bratwurst.
Ooh, that sounds amazing.
It is next level good. It is so good. All of our dry aged product is still being dry aged, but you used to have to pay anywhere between $50 and $80 to have it shipped because it had to ship overnight, and we're freezing it now.
Oh, good.
So we're blast freezing that as well. And so everything dry aged is now available overnight, or not overnight, but just standard shipping for $9.99. And yeah, we've got a lot of new products coming out. The holidays we work with a company in Texas. I'm not going to get into a Texas war with anyone in Texas, but the company we work with is the oldest smokehouse in Texas.
Okay.
In Elgin, Texas. And so we work with Southside Barbecue, and they do a lot of like our pre-smoked stuff. So they do like a brisket. We do a brisket. We do spares. We do pork steaks. And yeah, so now we've and then we've got a company named Journeyman that does all of our salami. So we've got a lot of these more artisan, small craft batches of stuff that's like really cool and kind of just gives you that little bit of elevation of stuff.
So you're trying to tell me that there's more to Snake River Farms than just Wagyu gold
there
brisket?
Is. Y'all are missing out.
Oh man, who knew?
But do you want me to give your listeners a top secret insider trading?
I do.
let me find it. There will be a brisket sale, the holiday brisket sale. One day only.
One day only brisket sale.
One day only brisket sale.
Holy
I'm trying
smokes.
to find what day it's on because I can't find my list. Tuesday, November 12th.
Tuesday, November 12th. That is the week leading up to the ABS Classic.
Yeah. So if you want your briskets,
Tuesday.
I'm not going to tell you how much it is, but it's the biggest discount we do on briskets all year.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes. And you heard it here first.
You heard it here first. Yeah.
Chewin the BBQ Fat. Get you some blasted briskets.
Yes.
They're the best. They are hands down by far the best briskets out there. That's all I use. It's all I use is.
Well, and I appreciate that. I mean, we appreciate that. I always say that, like, we can't do what we do without you guys. And I mean, as far as, I mean, we're the winningest brisket in barbecue for a reason. And it's consistency, and we work really hard. I mean, the cattle that we're producing now are even better than the cattle we had 10 years ago. So, I mean, it's definitely a cool thing to see how it's all evolved.
So before you came on, you were giving me a little bit of a history, a story of Snake River Farms. If you don't mind,
I always say that. I kind of say that everyone has a story. Like, you can throw a dart and hit a story. So I don't say that we tell our story. We share our history. Our founders started this business in the late 50s. When he passed, it went to his son, who is our current president and CEO, and like sits downstairs on the second floor. His kids both work with us. They're running, our e-commerce department and our operations departments. And so, I mean, it's very much, and I think, I guess, like, we don't operate like a bigger company would. Right. And we are, I mean, in the world of beef, like we don't compete with the big four, like the Tysons, the Swifts, we don't compete with them on any level. But for what we do, we're fairly large, but we operate very much as, I mean, we say that we're family owned and operated, and it's not a lie. We say we're, ranch to table, not a lie. Like, it's none of it's embellished. Like, we know we have the ranchers, we have the cowboys, we have the cowgirls. Like, it's the real deal.
It's the real deal. I mean, it is a ranch. That is amazing. I love it.
It is. Yeah.
All right. So 10 years at the American Royal. American Royal's coming up. Shocker to everybody. Big week. Whatever, nerd. Blaine Hunter.
He can attest to it. He's been to the ranch, so he knows.
He knows.
Blaine, actually, between I always tease, some people will be like, how come you don't sponsor us? How come you don't sponsor this? How come you don't sponsor that? Well, one, we don't sponsor teams, period. Like, it's just not fair. And how do you pick? And then everybody's always like, well, you give Blaine this, or Blaine and Brad, between the two of them, buy more briskets than anyone in the country, period. And, for their restaurants, they both serve all SR, they both serve SRF at their restaurants. So, and they don't ask for free stuff. Well, Blaine might sometimes, like a hat, but he doesn't even ask for that. He just says, hey, can I have your logo, and puts it on his hat.
I mean, Blaine's a great guy. Blaine is a great dude. I've got to know him over time, and I'm just a good guy, and he loves y'all. And it's so cool to see people like that over the past 10, 15 years, however long you've been doing it, the relationships that are made and the way that he will support you all day long, and that's what it's all about.
Well, and I think that, like, when we go to the Royal, that's the way we've always kind of looked at things. I truly believe, and have said repeatedly, like, the Royal's the biggest family reunion in barbecue, right? Like, it's a huge family reunion. It's super fun. We don't put red ropes up and block people out. We don't say you have to cook our stuff to get into the, hang on, I got to tell my mom I'm on a thingy here.
Oh, that's awesome.
We don't say you have to cook our stuff to come to our events. We try not to exclude anyone from anything we're doing. Thursday night, we have started this annual tradition of doing a hot dog feed. we kind of skirted away from it because the Royal started charging for parties on Thursday night. So we said it was a social.
Right.
Anyone who knows me, a lot of people are like, oh, she's the queen of getting something for nothing. And I'm like, no, I'm just really good at guerrilla marketing. And I try real hard to, like, you know, loophole. And so I always said it was like a social. So we didn't have to pay. This year it's a Halloweeny roast since it falls on Halloween.
Yeah.
You know, we started out, I think the first year we did it, we cooked like, I don't know, 200 or 300 hot dogs. Last year we did 800. So it, you know, it just continues to grow. And
do you have any left over?
Not usually.
No.
I think a couple years ago we did, because we like auctioned some off or something. Or I've heard a rumor that somebody's going to have a hot dog roller. I can't remember who it is going to have a hot dog roller all weekend. So I told them I would give them hot dogs. But yeah, come find me because I can't remember who it was. But yeah, and we get so much help. Like everything we do at the Royal, we couldn't do it without the teams.
Right.
You know, we're right next to Hogline, Dusty and Mary Reese. They like help to set things up. People cook. You know, I think Luke Darnell has burned every hair on his arm at some point because I bought like baby tongs for the ranch kettle. And we learn every year. We cooked on the Mega Drum last year with Tim and those guys. So, and then with Blues Hog being next to us, we kind of just started doing this like group events and stuff.
Yes.
So this year, since it's on Halloween, we put out the word to send us your team names and your spaces if you wanted to host trick-or-treaters. And so Tim and Terry put together some really cool, they got buckets, trick-or-treat buckets. So like you start at Tim and Terry's and get the bucket, and then you get the map and you follow the map around and go trick-or-treating, and then come back and hang out with us. And we're going to have hot dogs. We're going to have a costume contest, and we've got fun prizes we're going to do first, second, and third place in adults and kids.
Okay.
And I know there's some Blues Hog stuff that's getting given away. We've got some Yeti stuff to give away for the winners. And I just ordered gold grade cowboy steaks.
Oh, wow.
For the 2 first prize, kids and adults. And so, yeah, so we're going to do that on Thursday night. And then I think Tim got a DJ. And so we like don't go to jail for him DJing. And so we've got they've got a DJ, and we're gonna have music and drinks and hot dogs and all the fixins, and always gonna have the hostess cakes. You know, the hostess sweets will be there.
So what time on Thursday does this start?
So Thursday we're thinking like around 6:30. And obviously the weather kind of plays a little bit. Like if it's pouring rain, we'll push off 15 minutes or something. But you can start at Blues Hog, which is right across from us. I think it's space 511, 522. Start there, pick up your map and your buckets around like 6:30 or so. Go trick-or-treating. And then we figured we'd have dogs ready around 8 or 8:30.
Perfect.
Do the costume contest, give away some prizes, and call it a night.
It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, it's going to be super fun.
If you've been watching the show, Atlanta Barbecue Store at our little area, we're going to have a pre-party to the Snake River Farms. Y'all come and hang out with us. Come in your costumes. We're going to have a costume party. Just come hang out with us, get candy, do whatever you want to do. We're in spot, I think, 458. We are on the map for...
That's why, and that's why we always try to do hot dogs like a little bit later. Like we know people are getting in. We know you're kind of mulling around. And then it's like, go grab a drink, come by. Like, we'll have beer. We'll have, you know, plenty of waters and LaCroix for anyone who's not partaking. But we always try to make sure that everybody's taken care of.
Yep.
And so we'll do that on Thursday night. Friday afternoon, we do our swag stop. And so we do that every year. We do a custom American Royal SRF shirt every year. This one's really cool. So we'll do that. I can't remember how many shirts we give away. Like I think I ordered 800 or 1,000. last year, and we never have enough. So, but it's just first come, first serve, one per person. You can't pick up for your whole team. You can't, I mean, I get it. I understand there's a lot going on, but it's not fair for me to give 12 to one person when there's people that have been standing in line. So, and then Tim and Terry, so at Blues Hog, they're doing their swag at the same time. So you just get all of it at once. We're doing that at 4:00 on Friday. And then, that's kind of all I think we have. We have so hot dogs on Thursday, swag stop on Friday.
Well, most important.
Oh, Kids Q on Saturday.
Saturday is the big thing, right?
Yeah.
I mean, and we have kids. Cole my oldest was fortunate enough to win. He won the state contest 2 years ago, I believe.
Love.
Yeah. Amazing.
Kids Q is my favorite thing. At 100%. Any contest, anytime. I love to watch Kids Q. I will never, I'm not going to say I'll never say no to Kids Q. Right. If it is within my ability to sponsor Kids Q events, I will do it because it's so cool to watch them. I love, and I have been to Kids Q events where it's like in the trailers and it ain't the kids. And so I love when they all cook out with each other. You get to see what they're doing and they really like take it onto like themselves and really make it theirs. And like to see all those kids on the stage and it's awesome.
It's amazing.
And
the best part of the awards. Saturday night awards are long.
Yeah.
Right? It's a long night.
Yes.
But I'm telling you, that is the coolest part of the awards. I mean, all the other stuff is cool too, but seeing all those kids go up there and the excitement they get, it's
different. Awesome. And I've been so fortunate, as many people who've been in barbecue for a long time, like I've watched these kids grow up.
Right.
Like it is insane when I see the sheer girls and they're like going to homecoming and getting driver's licenses. And I saw Hunka's kids last year and I was like, oh my, like you don't even, they're grown-ups now. Right. And so
what happened?
So to see this whole new wave of young kids coming in and it's sold out. I mean, it's 80 kids again this year. It's the younger kids, and I think it's split evenly this year. I think it's 40.
Is it really good?
Yep. So the younger kids are going to cook SRF burger, and so they get 2 pounds of burger a piece, and then the big kids are going to cook New York strips. And we just went double R this year. SRF, like Wagyu, just cooks differently, and I'd hate to see a kid get scored down because they didn't know to cook it to medium instead of rare. So, so like that sucks. That's not fair. So we're going to do, like 1-inch strip steaks and for the bigs and burger for the littles. And I think we've sent some stuff to OBR for their party on Friday night. I think they've got Alfregoni coming in. I think there's a lot of cool stuff this year. It's going to be fun. Awesome. I'm telling you. I tried to talk them into letting me take the Frankenflinger. We sponsor Boise State football and basketball, and they just got like a new t-shirt like cannon that shoots like 6 revolvers. Oh wow, it's insane. So we have the old one that's just like a single shot and it looks like a giant hot dog. But I didn't get clearance to take that one. Would have been really cool. Next year, that's the plan. Next year, I will be shooting stuff out. But yeah, the Frankenflinger.
How much different was year 1 to year 10?
Year 1, I was terrified. Year 1, 10 years ago, 10, 12 years ago, you just didn't see brands at the Royal with a huge presence at all. This was like pre-Smithfield rolling out. This was this was what I called like the NASCAR effect on in barbecue. And when I first started, it was literally me and a friggin' wagon. Really? And I called it my swaggin, and I stuffed it full of shirts and cups, and I would always find someone at the Royal who would let us store all our shit with them. And so my first year I knew really nothing about barbecue. The Royal was one of my first events, and I was fortunate enough to get to sit in Tuffy's trailer with him and George for the whole event.
Oh, wow.
And I just like sat there and didn't say a word and was scared to death and was like, what is going on? But like, I would always just like find a friend and be like, hey, can we store our stuff at your place? And hey, can we put this over here? And so like Tuffy, Smitty, you know, all these different people who I'm just like taking over a chunk of their space. And then we were finally like, all right, we're going to pony up. Like we're going to do this. And we're not huge. We don't vend. We don't, like I said, you know, we're there for the teams. Right. And that's the most important part. But that first year, I mean, I was so scared. I was so scared to meet anyone. I remember like meeting Travis Clark and I was terrified. And I met like Johnny, Myron, all those folks. Wow. And that was when Rod was still cooking. Jerry King, we were right next to Jerry King. And so, I mean, so I would say my crash course in barbecue was probably a little fancier than
right. It was the who's who.
I did not start on the dark side at all. Right. But Jambo and the boys took me to the dark side. So that's how I learned like what the difference was. So we were in the bottoms. And then we progressed, you know, we went from the bottoms to Arrowhead to eventually the stadium. And it has just, I mean, it's so big. And I would say the NASCAR effect has kind of taken effect a little bit. You know, it's the oh, look who I'm sponsored by and look at this and the flying of the flags and the stickers and the, you know, and I can't go to this party because I cook this. Well, at our place, you can do whatever you want. Like I've had people when I'm driving around, like saying, because you guys will hear the golf cart all weekend. You know, but we cook ... And I'm like, I don't care. Like you're here, come eat. Like we don't.
Right.
It's like Olive Garden. When you're here, your family. Yeah. And, you know, I always tease, like, I don't shake hands, I hug. And so it's kind of funny because a couple of the girls that always come with me, they're like, we are not huggers. And they always just like point and they're like, she hugs.
She hugs. You're a handshaker.
Yeah. We've got one of our other coworkers. She's not a new coworker, but she's new to the Royal. Kate is coming this year. It's her first year. Oh, good. And Kate is our customer service manager. Okay. So she's who many people talk to and order from. And so this is her first barbecue event. So everybody be nice. Take it easy on the new kids.
You know, a lot of times we try to act like we're bigger and better than we really are. I mean, everybody's so in the barbecue world. Everybody's so nice. Even
at the end of the day, everybody's still like, I have been to contests where people have forgotten their injection.
Right.
And somebody's this. I have been to contests where I have thrown briskets over a fence to get them into Houston. And somebody who's like, oh my gosh, my brisket there's a huge gash in it. I didn't know. And I'm able to like call around, like you mentioned Proud Souls earlier. I mean, we're very lucky to have multiple locations in Kansas City because we have a warehouse there.
Right.
So we have multiple barbecue stores. I think all of the barbecue stores in Kansas City carry our product. But, you know, Proud Souls has been building up their brisket inventory. The Kansas City barbecue store.
He's got a couple of them for
American
me.
Fire. Yeah. So, oh yeah, I literally get a text from Ferd every like, can I get more briskets? Can I get more briskets? I'm like, yeah, I'm not busy. Let me stop everything I'm doing to get you briskets. But he gets them. And so that's a really nice thing is that we know that we always have. And I know that I know people who bring more than one. And so there have been a number of contests. Shit, I have a friend in Reno back when they used to do Sam's Club.
Yeah.
Guy called and was like, my brisket is shot. I don't know what to do. And he's like, I'm on the road to Reno tomorrow. And I'm like, I got it. I used to live in that area. I called my best friend, said, hey, if I ship you a brisket overnight, can you slack it out, drive it into Reno and deliver it to this guy? And she's like, yeah. Like, you tell me any other company.
I agree 100%. I'm telling you right now.
And I think that's where it means, I will say, don't ever ask me for anything at the Royal because I will totally say, yeah, and then I will forget. It has happened before. If you text me at the Royal, you probably better tell me who you are, what place you're in, and what time you're texting me, or else I will totally space it. The Royal's busy. I mean, everybody knows. And so the Royal's busy, and we work hard, but we play hard. And, you know, we just want everybody, if you have problems, let us know, find someone. I mean, It happens. I
Right.
know people that don't cook our stuff, that something happens and we do whatever we can to make sure they're taken care of.
Right.
Because
No.
my whole thing is, at the end of the day, should you ever choose not to cook whatever you're cooking, I want the first thing you think of is us.
100%.
And not just because, I mean, yeah, our product's great. I mean,
I say all the time, to me, the product itself, in my opinion, is the best, right? But it's bigger than that. It's bigger than just the product being good. It's the fact that the customer service is so well.
we
know
work really
you.
hard on it.
Yeah, I mean,
I answer people's, and I'm not saying do this because rude, but I mean, like, I answer people's messages on Facebook at 10:30 at night.
right,
And that's my time.
right.
So it's like midnight and somebody's probably had a few too many drinks and they're bitching about a biscuit and I'm talking to you.
Keyboard warrior,
So,
right? Like somebody comes on and they're like, I can't believe this. I'm going to message Annella.
yeah. And I'm like, how did you get my number?
And you're going to do everything you can in your power to make it right. I mean, that's
So
the
if
way
somebody
it is.
did give you my number and you text me, make sure you tell me who it is so I can have words with them. No, I'm just kidding.
Right. Now, look, I don't have
try
her
to make it
number,
right.
so don't ask me.
We try to have a ton of fun. You know, I give 158 million hugs. It's a good time. Like I said, we started doing the shirts where we started doing, you know, a different one for every year at the Royal, and it's a lot of fun. We got some fun swag. This, you know, I mean, Christopher Walken said he needed more of it, so we made sure it was going to happen. And if y'all can't figure that one out, then I don't got nothing for you. But
You're
you'll
on
see.
your own, right?
You'll
Oh,
see.
no, Adam is on. He's been fighting fires and messing with fires and playing in the fire world and everything else. But you know Adam Bad Roosters, my man. He's
Adam,
awesome.
where are you fighting fires?
Oh, we just had a fire meeting at our local town.
Oh man, our whole state is usually on fire for most of the summer. We have like 3 seasons: winter, summer, fire. Yeah. Oh, and sometimes road construction. That's its own season, all on its own too. But
What? Annella, that is year round for us here.
yeah, right.
In Atlanta, there you can't go anywhere without seeing road work.
That's 365. I mean, all the time.
See, because we can't do it in the winter here, so it gets too
right.
cold. So y'all don't have that. But yeah, I think it's gonna be a fun weekend. I think what you guys are doing. How many teams do you guys have at ABS now?
Ellen said we're at 90 something. So I'm hoping, so we should get to 100. We should get to 100 by the end. I'm hoping we get to 100 by the end.
And you know, I kind of feel like, because a lot of people are like, is competition barbecue dead? Is competition barbecue dying? I don't think it's dying. I think it's definitely evolving into something different.
Changing. Yes.
It's definitely changing. COVID did that, right? COVID showed us like, oh, hey, I could do a lot of things for all this money I'm spending in barbecue.
Right. Yeah. But it also is like, during COVID, it was like, those are the people we like to hang out with.
It is. And I think that's what I miss the most. Like, there are some teams that are not going to be at the Royal this year that it is like literally breaking my heart that they're not going to be there. And for different reasons or whatever, you know, whether they retired, whether they're not able to make it, you know, and it is heartbreaking that they're not going to be there. But I also have to remember there's also hundreds of others that are new. And so I think when people say, oh, competition barbecue is dead. Oh, we need it. Like, are there some things we probably need to change and address? Yeah. Are there people who I think really are out there and working to try to do that? Yes. And you know, so don't be an asshole to your organizers because, oh, sorry. I don't know if I'm supposed to cuss. I guess we're not on the SEC, so we're fine. But, I haven't said the F word, so we're doing good. We're 30 minutes into it and I haven't cussed that much. So, but like, don't be jerks to your organizers. Like, organizers work so hard and put so much into it. In the same respect as organizers, have mad respect for your teams. Have bathrooms. Have enough bathrooms for as many people who need to go to the bathroom.
Right. Yes.
You know, make things like I've been, and I think that, you know, I mean, I've been to so many contests all over the country that I could pick and choose and do cool stuff. And, we're very fortunate that a guy here in Idaho he did his first KCBS this year.
Oh,
So
awesome.
it's kind of fun, right? Because then it's an auto for the jack. And, he had a bunch of teams this year, teams that came from all over the country. All the Idaho teams are probably real excited because Darren and Sherry won it and got to go to the jack. So I told them they had to be Idaho Smoky D's for that weekend.
Idaho, I like that. That's
but
awesome.
I just think it's important for teams and organizers. I think judges need to chill the F out a little bit. Like, I'm not saying like you're not doing it, but like everybody just needs to chill out a little bit. Like, at the end of the day, it's just really expensive meat. That's what that's what I say. Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, and you're cooking. I mean, I think it's Smitty who's always like, you're cooking in a parking lot, man. Like,
burning meat in a parking lot, right?
Like, calm down. Like, don't sit there and judge and be like, oh, well, I picked up a hint of, like, no, you didn't. Calm down, Alton Brown. That you did not. And so, like, I'm a certified judge, and I'm probably what most would consider like an angel judge, because I'm like, I'm going to start up here and you lose points. That's how every competition works. Right? You're in gymnastics, you're in swimming, you're in anything. You start at a 10, you work your way down, or whatever it may be. Anything, school or anything. So I never understand people who are like, I'm going to give it a 5 and you have to work your way up. Nah, don't be that way. The same thing, like as someone turning something in, your shit ain't perfect all the time. It's
agree.
Okay.
I say that all the time. I'm like, we want to blame the judges all the time. It's like, I've met a lot of people that have never in their life ever turned in bad food, ever.
And I've met people like I see people, and I don't think that they really realize now that like we know what we're looking at and how KCBS and ICBA and stuff work, because they'll call us on a Monday and be like, hey man, I always get in the top 5 with my brisket, and this week I got 25th and it was the brisket. I say, like, the minute that needle touches that brisket, I don't know what you were doing Thursday or Friday night and how many drinks you had, and if your chicken injection ended up in your brisket. Like,
never know.
It happens.
It's happened.
I've seen it happen.
I know, right?
But like, just people that'll be like, oh, the flat's too thin, the flat's too thin, the flat's too thin. I'm like, listen, we can't get you anything to replace it until, like, you're gonna have to cook it. We'll take care of you, but you're gonna have to cook it. And every single time we've said that to someone, I have it written down somewhere. Every single time we've said that to someone, they've gotten in the top 5, if not first, with the 180.
Adam,
and I firmly believe it's because you're just cooking your cook at that point.
Adam
people
and I
that'll cook blacks all year and then be like, oh, well, send me a gold for the Royal. Why?
Yeah, stick with what you
dance with the girl that brought you.
Yeah,
and have fun. I think if I could say that's probably one of the biggest things in the 10 years that's different at the Royal is everyone went to the dark side to hang out and party. Yeah. And granted, we don't have a big scary underpass to go under. You just like have to beep, beep, cross the bathrooms by Sweet Smoke Q. I mean, that could be scary, I guess. But I think Jim's gonna be like, really, Annella?
Right.
Like, go see the international teams. Go talk to people. Like, I think that's the biggest thing that I've seen change is that people used to just have a lot of fun, and it was just like, we're all here and we're all cooking. And, you know, I've watched Tuffy carry Darren's trophies back.
Right.
And so, like, look at that. I mean, here's the guy who's won more than anybody and is one of the most respected guys in barbecue. And he's the first guy standing by the stage to congratulate the winner.
Right.
He doesn't go get his score sheet. He stands by that stage and he congratulates the winner. And so I think there's just much to be said about just chill out a little bit. Have some fun.
Well, that's the way we are. We're trying to do everything we can for our contest. We're doing a Friday night potluck. And in that Friday night potluck, the judges are
the best thing you can do. So fun.
Teams, the sponsors, the volunteers, everybody that has anything to do with it, come hang out, because judges are intimidated by cook teams. Cook teams think they know more than judges. It's like everybody coming together and just sit down and chill out and have a great time together. That's what it's all about.
I mean, I do think to judge, you should have to like cook at least one or be there for one. Because I think sometimes like you don't necessarily understand the stress that goes on in getting like those perfect bites. And I don't know, a really good friend of mine one time, he is passed since, but his name was Matt Dalton, and he was pitmaster for Left Coast Q. And Matty was one of the best and like purest mofos you ever met. And when I was first starting out, like he would help, like I had this group of people who would help me. Mm-hmm. And I'd be like, will you take a look at this brisket? Will you tell me if these guys, and he's like, you know what? Everybody's looking for that perfect piece of meat. And guess what, you mofos? It doesn't exist.
No.
You got to cook. Just cook your cook. Have fun. Throw it on there. People oversleep. People put too much of something in. People overthink it. You don't have the right kind of water that you usually use in your brine. Like, just have fun.
I'm with you. Adam, we talk about that all the time, don't we?
All the time.
Yeah. Like, just have fun. Cook your cook. Enjoy the weekend. Go out and talk to, like, I would say for anyone who sees this, anyone who's watching, go out and talk and meet a team you haven't met.
I agree, 100%.
If you're on this side of the track, go to this side of the track.
And if you don't know us, come see us.
Yeah, exactly.
We're at a barbecue store. Come find us. Come hang out with us.
Come find us. Come hang out. If you see me speeding by on my little, golf cart, give us a hey. Talk to those people. Go see people. Do not go see them between 10:30 in the morning and 2:00 in the afternoon.
Well, you could. I mean, you could. As long as it's Robert, if it's Robert, it's Philly, make sure you go. Just don't bother me too much.
Head over to Jerry Stevenson's. I heard he's got some real good ice. He'll hook you up.
That's awesome. Oh, Annella. So I know Adam he wants to change directions a little bit because he is a farmer.
Hit it.
So he likes to talk about the cattle, and so he has some questions for you that he was going to ask you.
I wasn't prepared, but I'll do my best. I'm a real good bullshitter.
So, how do you grade like a gold versus a black, stuff like that?
So we run traditional cattle, and we also run Wagyu. So our traditional cattle, it's always funny to me because people will be like, "Oh, do you have CAB?" I'm like, CAB? Yeah, do you have CAB cattle? I'm like, CAB is a brand. Most genius marketing in the history of the beef industry, right? Because people out there think certified Angus beef is a brand, a breed. It is not. It is Angus cattle that are 51% black or more and hit top 2/3 choice. We have traditional cattle. We raise Angus, we raise Charolais, we raise Hereford. Like, we have a lot of cattle that go into our traditional cattle, our brands St. Helens and Double R Ranch. Obviously, those are all graded Select Choice Prime. That's the USDA grading scale. And Brian and I were talking about it earlier that and I think even on an industry as a whole, the beef industry on a whole is they're kind of breeding select out of a grade. Like the genetics and the breeding is so much better now. Like, the genetics are so much better now across the board that where you used to see select and choice, now you see choice and prime. And I think Costco is a really good example of that, because you see, Costco used to be like, oh, let's place get the beef, right? You'd have select and choice. And then all of a sudden everything was USDA choice in the whole store. And then all of a sudden it was choice and prime. And now you see prime taking up more of that case, right? So that's how they roll those. They're grading, they're looking. And so if you look at the Japanese grading scale, which is what we grade all of our Wagyu on. So 4 is about where prime is on a Japanese grading scale of 1 to 12. A 4 is about USDA prime. So then we take that further and we use kind of the same grading processes. We use an electronic eye on the ribeye to read the marbling, and we have multiple USDA inspectors. And then, so black grade falls between a 5 and an 8 on that scale, and then gold falls between a 9 and a 12.
Okay.
And so there's that scale, right? And we grade on the ribeye. We grade between the 11th and 12th rib. So you grade on that ribeye. A ribeye is going to grade and look way differently than a tenderloin, differently than, because the different muscles have different levels of marbling.
Right.
So you grade on the ribeye. So you may get a gold. So like we get we get complaints where people are like, well, this gold, it doesn't even look like gold. Or holy shit, we bought a black brisket and this has to be gold. Well, 1, we're grading the ribeye. 2, it's a range. So, your gold grade is from a 9 to a 12. So you may get a 9, you may get a 12. We don't grade them. There's from 9 to 12, all goes in the gold grade bucket. When we first started this gig, we didn't separate anything. We didn't size anything. You got 2 briskets, and I think they were $50 a piece, and shipping was somewhere around $200. It was insane. It was insane. So that's how we do our grading. And then we also recently on the website we also have a silver grade, which is Wagyu genetics. And it's Wagyu beef, but it falls between like that 4 and 5, like right there underneath black, but still kind of like right above prime. And so it's right in that marbling, but it's going to taste and eat like a Wagyu would. So it's going to have a more rich, buttery flavor. And we actually have those grades on the website now for like some of our roasts.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I got a stupid question because I'm not a farmer and I don't know.
There's no stupid questions.
Percentage wise, so you talk about the Japanese scale, right? Yeah. How much different is there in an 8 to a 9 and a 9 to a 12 or a 6 to an 8 or something along those lines?
It just really, like, I would say, and actually, I'm glad you asked that, because on our new website, we actually have some grading pictures. Okay. And so you'll see the difference between a choice and a prime. You'll see the difference between a silver, a black, and a gold ribeye. Now, with regard to like, could I grade like a 6 to a 9 or like how that goes? I mean, that's all like the marbling and the lines and how much it takes up and the color and all of that kind of stuff. But like, can you tell a difference between, something that's prime graded and gold graded? Yeah. I mean, and you really, really see it in like the strips, like the New York strips and the ribeyes, and even into like the bavette, some of those sirloin cuts, like bavette, tri-tip, a lot of those cuts you're going to see wicked marbling, like just unreal.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's fun, but that's how we grade them.
Good. Before Adam gets to his next question, what is your favorite cut of beef that you have at Snake River Farms?
Outside skirt steak.
Outside? Is that the spinalis or is that? No,
it's skirt steak.
Okay.
It's kind of up on the flank.
That's the cap of ribeye. Okay.
No, not cap. That's cap of ribeye is spinalis.
Yeah. Okay.
I like outside skirt. So there's like outside skirt and inside skirt. Outside is by far the most amazing thing on our website. Or bavettes, which is a bottom sirloin flap. I think if anyone tells you that their favorite steak is a ribeye, a filet or tenderloin, or a New York, they've not eaten enough steak. Like, yeah, those are great steaks, and those are like traditional Americana steaks. Right. But man, there's so many good steaks. A bavette is by far, I mean, it's one of the best things you'll ever eat in your life. And yeah, outside skirts probably my go-to. I keep a stack of outside skirts in my freezer all the time.
It sounds like I need to place an order.
Yeah, you do. And here's the deal. Like, what I love about outside skirts, so we have our Double R Ranch, which is our USDA choice and prime, and then we have at Snake River Farms. Snake River Farms skirt will blow your socks off. Like, it is next level. People just eat it and go, holy shit, what is that? And it's so good. But even our Double R skirt, that's what I keep in my freezer, stacked in my freezer all the time.
The Double R?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Because then you can eat like 6 tacos.
Okay.
SRF, you can only eat like 2.
Right. Little rich, right? A little rich.
Yeah.
All right, Adam, you're back up again.
All right. Does the pH of the meat have anything to do with the grading as you're grading it?
So it does in a way, in a sense of like the pH, and especially like in our pork. So I don't know if you guys have ever seen our pork. We are not a pork player in the pork game. We process very few amounts of pork a week, but our hogs are 100% Berkshire. So if you ever look at like our collars or tenderloin or anything, they're red. I mean, our pork is like red. It's not the other white meat, it's red. So the pH is higher in that. You're also going to see that in Wagyu, and you're also going to see the fats that are within Wagyu are actually a better, healthier fat, I guess. And that's all been studied by Texas A&M and different schools and independent parties that have been like, yeah, okay, this makes it better. This is what gives it that color, that flavor, that just it's a different level of beef and pork.
Is that measurable?
Yeah.
The reason I ask, my son, he's in FFA, and he has to come up with a SE, some kind of project.
Yeah.
And he said, and the teacher, he found out we do barbecue. He's like, look, we got a bunch of money funding from the University of Georgia. I want to come out with something that we can measure and find a solution.
Okay.
So I might hit you up this weekend while we're there.
Yeah.
Talk to you about like what is something that we can do for a school project.
Well, and we have a lot, like our livestock department is awesome. And we have like 800, not 800, but we have a ton of animal science degree holders in our office. And so if I can't find the answer, they can definitely.
We got somebody that can do it.
Yeah, we've got a lot of like Colorado State, Idaho State, KU. We got a lot of ag kids.
A lot of ag
kids hanging around. Yep. I was trying to find that answer, but yeah.
She's still at work. This is how dedicated.
Well, no, I was trying to find the answer on what the number on the pH was, but
I don't even know what he asked. I don't know.
I'm ready for the next question.
Yeah, me too. Let's dumb it down for some of us, Adam. I mean, that was I told you he's a farmer and he's
like, I tried. Adam, what do you farm?
We got chickens. We got a few cows. We got about 80 head of cattle.
Oh, love it.
Yeah.
He's a chicken farmer, though.
I love it. I'm ready. Hit me with some more questions.
What else you got, Adam?
I don't know. It's getting too late for me.
Oh, tell me about it.
It's early out there.
I was going to see if I could find the really cool. We have this really cool like chart that talks about all that, and it might be on the website now. We've got a lot of really cool stuff on the website where you can like when you're going in and you're looking at the different, like we have pork cutout, so you can see where the different cuts are. You can see how long things should be stored. You can see how it's a really cool. Yeah. So it says that it's a heightened flavor profile and higher pH, which creates the darker color and increased moisture content. So the higher pH, the higher the moisture content.
That's very interesting.
Look at me being
You're so smart. Look at you over there. Golly. I mean, you're just coming through with all that pH knowledge, Adam.
Yeah, I was a marketing major. My degree is not in animal science.
Hey, you're doing very good. You got us. You got to be fooled, Annella.
I can BS my way through the best of them.
Hear you. All right, before he gets to his next question, if you were to cook the perfect brisket,
yeah,
what would you use?
Like
how would you do it?
Seasoning wise and stuff? Like, how would I do it?
Yeah, go ahead. Tell me.
Well, I need to get my pen and paper out first.
Oh my goodness. So I feel like I've been to probably every class known to man. I have a pellet cooker. I have a Weber. I have a drum. I have a few things. I am what you might call lazy girl barbecue. I love a pellet cooker because I cook for my family. I ain't trying to be fancy. Like, I ain't trying to inject. Like, y'all inject for competition. I don't need to inject at home. I'm like usually like a SPG girl.
Okay.
Yeah. Or just like, I mean, we have a brisket rub, any kind of like beef rub. I like blues. I like bold and beefy.
Okay.
Like I like anything that has some tallow, like some dried tallow in it. I use tallow. Like when I make my pulled pork, I use tallow to wrap it
Okay.
instead of butter. But yeah, I'm just like,
Are you
let it
gonna have any
go.
tallow with you out there at the Royal?
No, we won't.
Okay.
But we are getting ready to release tallow in 1 pound and 4 pound containers on the website. So we're super pumped about it. But
If you had some to bring me some, I could use it out there. That'd be awesome.
I know, right? One of the best things I ever learned, and I give Travis Clark all credit for this one. And I'm sure he learned it from someone, but I learned it from him. Wrap on color, pull on fill. Like, I used to be like a low and slow 250 girl. Nah, not anymore. Again, lazy girl barbecue. Crank it up. I'm a fat side down girl. And people always say, why do you cook it fat side down? I said, because that's what Tuffy told me. And that's what I like the people who I've always been lucky enough to get to cook with, that's how they cook it. So that's how I cook it. I don't trim. Yeah, I don't trim a lot. I trim a little bit of the, kernel fat out so I can get nice burn-ins. But yeah, put it on, let it go till it's pretty, pull it off, toss it in a full sheet pan.
There you go, guys. I mean, it's easy.
Drop some beef consomme in there if you need it, and wrap it up and put it back in.
I don't know. I'm just gonna throw it out there. If you start with great product, there's not much that you have to do. It's gonna make it.
You don't got to do a lot, and
so
Darren was
Snicker Farms brisket.
Yeah, Darren was cool enough to come out here and help us with some videos. So we actually have a video where, and Darren's not a pellet smoker, and we're like, here, can you cook on a pellet smoker? Here, can you cook on a pit maker sniper? And he's like, sure. So it just goes to show you can, yeah. And so we have a really cool video that's like perfect backyard barbecue, step by step. How to wrap. I don't always wrap in paper. Like I am the queen of toss it in a sheet pan and foil that sucker and just let it go. And then when it feels right, and if it doesn't feel right and it says 208, don't freaking pull it. And I don't, like I said, I've gone to Travis class a couple times, and I don't know how many times people looked up and said, wait, what was the temp on that? And wrap on color, pull on fill. So now you don't have to go to Travis's class. Just kidding.
There you go.
Go to Travis's class.
Whatever that fill is, good luck. Figure that out on your own, but there you go.
No, go to Travis's class. Someday I'm going to write a tell-all barbecue book, and I'm just going to I'm going to sell 1 million copies.
Go out with a blaze of glory. I love it.
Yeah. But no, I think that that's kind of, yeah. And I like brisket. I like to cook brisket, but really I'm kind of the pulled pork queen around these parts. And I know pulled pork isn't really hard to do, but I don't claim to do a lot of things well, but I make a damn good pulled pork. So,
yeah, I'm sure you've had a lot of people.
Humex is the secret. I use Humex peach nectar.
That stuff is amazing, isn't it?
And that's and tallow. I don't use butter. I use tallow, beef tallow. So
easy, yeah. Guys. If you're not doing it, here we go.
Don't complicate it.
Right. Keep it simple.
That's a whole the KISS thing. Keep it simple, stupid. Seriously. You're cooking steaks, salt, pepper, garlic, and maybe not even garlic. Don't get crazy. I do love a little finishing salt, though. That's kind of and let your stuff rest. Don't be afraid to cook your Wagyu steaks, no matter who you're getting them from, to medium, because I fight with people about this, but it takes some time to break down that internal marbling. So, I've been with chefs, really good chefs, that have been like, nope, medium rare. And I'm like, let's cook it to medium rare. Let's taste it. Let's put it back on. Let's taste it. And they're like, holy shit. And so yeah, but don't
render in that fat. It's all
you don't gotta get crazy.
Yeah. That's awesome.
A little salt, a little pepper.
That's so exciting.
The cows don't care.
No. All right, Adam, do you have anything else? Do you have anything else that you had?
Not really. I know y'all not known for your pork, but what sets y'all's pork apart from the others? You said it's more richer.
Yeah, so they're 100% Berkshire hogs. So it's a heritage breed pork hog. So kind of like when you're thinking Duroc, Manglanista, something along those lines. That's where the Berkshires fit in. And so they're not bred for size, they're bred for taste. And in fact, the bigger they get, they just put on back fat. So they're going to be smaller. And that's why 100 million times we put on our website, do not use these for competition. Like our spares are, I think, a pound and a half. Our baby backs, somebody one time said they looked like ramen noodles, which made me feel bad, but they weren't really wrong. And but like our pork collars, we do a Japanese break. So we don't really have necessarily a good butt now that you can use butts, CT butts. So our collar is a CT butt, but the way we split it, it cuts the money muscle in half. So they're not great for comp, but it's just delicious. And like I said, it's that higher pH, it's that flavor. We sell so many hams, and we just hardwood smoke them. And we got kind of famous for them because Al Roker gives them to all of his colleagues.
Oh yeah.
For Christmas. So, and Al loves us. He's been such a good, so when Al first did the whole, I lost all this weight, he ate SRF, was part of his, essentially keto. And so, Al's been a great friend of ours for many, many years, but he loves our pork. He loves our beef. The ham, a lot of people say that it's how pork used to taste. So we have a lot of customers in an older demographic that buy our hams, and they always, it's just this is what ham used to taste like. This is what pork used to taste like. So I can't really explain it, but next time you order, throw a couple chops on and you'll see, like I said, they're smaller, but damn, every single thing on our pork line is so good. And the bacon is phenomenal. We have a couple different kinds of bacon now. And then, like I said, we've got the sausages. We have a whole line of sausages now. So we've got a jalapeno cheddar, a regular beef, a spicy beef, habanero pepper jack, and then the bacon bratwurst now.
So when you order on November 12th.
Yeah, you can. I will just tell you this. One, be in our loyalty club because you get points. You can redeem your points for free products. As many points as you have, as many products as you can get free, you can do. We are coming in, as I said, to the busiest season. I will tell you this much. The offers start good and then become less, like with any company. So if you're looking, we're going to do hams, we're going to do roasts, we're going to do gifts, we have seafood now. Our seafood is, oh my gosh, our scallops are some of the best scallops I've ever had. We work with a really great sustainable company called Sea to Table. So, we do a lot of that, but, we've got Black Friday deals coming up. We have Cyber Week, cyber sales coming up. So I think that when you see, but I will, November 12th is the 1-day brisket sale. Oh. So don't sleep on all the other stuff.
Yeah, no, that's what I was going to say. Make sure.
Yeah, don't sleep on all the other stuff because
every day.
There is so much. Just try stuff. And, we always have,
that's
we always have sales going on. You can always reach out and be like, hey, what's coming up or this or that. We're really good to our customer base. And we really try to put, we're not a company that just puts the most expensive things on discount. We're not a company that's just we'll put the sirloins out there. I mean, and not to crap on sirloins, man. I love sirloins. Our 10-ounce gold sirloin is probably one of my favorite things that I eat.
There you go. I mean, it's...
Yeah.
So the thing we've got to do, we've got to make sure that we order more than just brisket. So whatever you get, throw in more stuff. I texted Annella and I was like, hey, I'm going to place an order. What should I get? What else do y'all have? And she sent me a whole bunch of stuff. And it was,
you ever want suggestions? Like I said, all of our pork is amazing. We have sausages now. We have, if you don't want to smoke a brisket and you just want to send a smoked brisket to someone that is across the country from you for Christmas, we have smoked briskets now. We're getting ready to release a smoked tri-tip and a smoked prime rib. So, we're just continually trying to evolve the offerings and what we're doing. If there's something we're not doing and you guys think, holy shit, you should be doing this, send it to us.
Politely.
Like pork shanks. Oh my gosh. Our pork shanks are mind blowing. Throw them in a Dutch oven, little juice, let them go. Oh, chef's kiss. They're
Sounds
so good.
amazing. Sounds amazing. I got one more question and then I'm going to let Adam go. You made a comment or somebody said something. What makes Snake River Farms different than any other Wagyu beef in the U.S.?
I would probably say our genetics. One, we have superior customer service, and I know a lot of people in the game, and we have really great customer service. But we were one of the first people, if not the first people, to bring the cattle to the United States. Our founder went to Japan. He was like, oh, hey, we could do this. And so, genetics came back from Japan. Fukusuru was the very first bloodline that, when we had stock that we had. And so from him, we started this business and a few other, there were like 6 cattle, but Fukusuru was the main one. We have like nose print and all that business. The genetics, so that was in 88, I think, 88, 87, 88. And that was at the time he was considered one of the top bulls in the world at the time. If we tried to put him into our program right now, he wouldn't make it because the genetics wouldn't be there. So what we've had is that we are a closed program. We don't buy cattle from anyone else. We don't buy stock from anyone else. Everything we do, when we say that we are ranch to table, we are ranch to table. We make the feed. We have the processing facility. So everyone, so you buy it, we've had from the calf to the cow, to the feed, to the processing plant, to your door. And that's all us. So a lot of folks, they may have the cattle, but then they're processing somewhere else. Or some people process, but they don't have the cattle. They may have calves, but they don't, they're buying them from someone else. And so with us, it's all closed. We have partners that we work with that we lease out our bulls, and then we buy back all of the cows. So it's 100% managed within a program so that we can track those genetics and continue to improve upon. So if we find that, this group isn't grading out and doing what we do, then we just remove that stock from the group. Now, the other part of that is it takes 5 years to find that out, right? But you continually, we're continually evolving the herds, and it's so, I can't even explain it. It's so cool. And when you go, if you're ever able to go to any ranch and just see the way they do this, go see it. It's just so amazing. I guess really kind of the science behind it and preg checking. And it's not, like I always said, it's not a clean, it's not always a clean job.
Sounds like a ranch, right?
Yeah, I have the cushy job. I don't work at the ranch. But yeah, really, I think the one thing that sets us apart is the genetics and the ability to, within our closed program, continue to evolve those.
Awesome. Dean, I take full responsibility on this, on me being a terrible host. What is the website? We keep talking about it.
It's pretty easy. It's just snakeriverfarms.com.
Yeah, there you go.
It's a pretty rough one.
Yeah.
But yes, it is snakeriverfarms.com.
Awesome.
And it's really great because most all of the pictures, we do all of our, we have an in-house photographer and videographer. So really the pictures that you see and the people that you see on our website, that's all our employees. That's our family. That's the people you see in the emails. like every people who are like, oh my God, I get so many emails from you. Just open the first one, bro. You won't get the next one. But that's how email marketing works. But like I'm the person who sends those out and like who creates those and does all of that. And so, you know, it means a lot. Like it, honest to goodness, true story, launched the new website. The picture of one of the briskets to me was upside down. Like when you looked at it, the point was at the bottom. And I'm like, we have to turn this around. And my coworker was like we have a million things going on. And I'm like, can we please turn the brisket picture around? But it's like something that small, right? Because I'm like, anyone who looks at this picture is going to be like, well, they don't know shit about briskets because their brisket's upside down. And it was not a big deal, but it's like every single thing, like, and we take real pictures of our product. We don't go and like, we order our product from our warehouses. We have 3 warehouses now. We have one in California, one in Kansas City, and one in New York. So we're able to reach the whole country via 3-day ground shipping. So $10 shipping.
It's crazy.
Across the country. And so we order our product for our photo shoots from the website. They don't know it's us. They just get a pick sheet. They order it. They fill it. We open it up. We thaw it out. We take pictures of it.
It's amazing.
So it's just, we're pretty real.
Y'all are awesome. As I've said, Adam will tell you, I'm a huge proponent of Snicker Farms briskets. Tell everybody that they're the best. I love them. Easiest way to get your scores up, cook a Snicker Farms brisket. But I cannot wait. I mean, we are getting a step closer to being at Kansas City. I can't wait. I'm going to be on a plane at 8:00 Wednesday morning, landing about 9:30. I can't wait. It's going to be awesome. Real quick, what time again is everything happening on Thursday night?
So pick up your trick-or-treat buckets if you're trick-or-treating at Blues Hog. They're at 522. And around like 6:30, they'll probably have that ready. I think we put 6:30 on the trick-or-treat sheet. We have a whole map. You can hit everybody who's on the map. I'm going to refine it tonight. Anybody that was stragglers or that I missed. So I'll refine that tonight. We'll have maps. That's at 6:30. Around 8:30, we're going to do hot dogs. And we have Wagyu hot dogs, and we also have our Double R Ranch hot dogs. So both are going to be there. T-Mac, Tom McIntosh from T-Mac is going to do all the sides again. So he brings chili and giardinara, and he gets Wisconsin crazy. So we just let him roll with it. We'll have drinks. We'll have costume contest. Timmy's got a DJ coming. So we'll do a costume contest. We have really cool prizes for first, second, and third in adults and kids. And it includes like Yeti and Blues Hog stuff. And I think there's, SRF gold grade cowboy steaks for the winners. And
so that's you have to cook a Snicker Farms brisket to come to your party?
No. Oh my God, no. Like seriously. So I think we have like 800 hot dogs. So feel free, and everyone's welcome. We want as many people to come as possible. Come dressed up. Don't like whatever you want to do. Come hang out. Bring a solo stove because I'm sure it's gonna be cold. Right. I might need to thaw out. But so Thursday night, like 6:30, 8:30 to probably 10:30 or 11. And then Friday at 4 is the swag stop. So if you want your 2024 SRF American Royal shirt, and then also Blues Hog is going to be doing theirs as well. And that's Friday. Perfect. And then, if you saw my post today, it's a public post. Yeah, it's a public post on Facebook, Annella Kelso. And I made it public so everybody could see it. I totally thought it would be cool to make a playlist this year. And so I just told everybody, like, everybody's got like that song that is like go-to barbecue song they have to have playing. And so I thought it would be really cool to like have a playlist that we can like when we're like driving around or when we're at our spot, like we can play this playlist with everybody's songs. And so hopefully everyone will get to hear their song. But I think we've got like 60 on there right now. So everybody go out to my Facebook page, Annella Kelso. 2 N's, 2 L's. And there's a public link and you can drop your song in in the comments, and that's what I'm doing tomorrow is creating a playlist. We've got we're coming with turtle boxes.
Yes, I've got a turtle box. I love it. And
yeah, we've hooked up with Turtle Box this year, so
they're so awesome.
They did us some custom SRF turtle boxes, so we're bringing those to the party. And if it rains, guess what? We don't care.
It's not going to say does. Not at all.
Crazy. So yeah, we're just gonna have a lot of fun. We've got some really cool. We did some like really cool slap koozies. Like you remember those slap bracelets from back in the day? We did koozies that way. So they fit any size can or bottle or anything like that. We did some really cool those. And yeah, we've got some other fun stuff that the parents
come by and see it. Like I said, come to our place beforehand. Have fun.
I don't even care if you don't eat hot dogs. Just come see us. Come hang out. Have a beer. Have a LaCroix.
Water.
Grab a Twinkie.
Get you a Twinkie. Get your hostess.
All in a day.
It's going to be awesome.
Get a hug. You get free hugs. We're giving away free hugs.
Free hugs. It's going to be awesome. Man, look at there. Wes Garrett. I tell you what. What's up, Wes Garrett? That guy is so great. I cannot wait. I get to see him.
Sailor Nick. I'll put it's just Annella Kelso. You can find me on the Facebook.
On the Facebook. There it is.
You can find me on the Facebook. And it's a public, like I said, I made all those posts public. All the events are public. So yeah, send it over and yeah, we'll make sure it happens.
Oh, it's Moonshine Monday in Oak Grove in Missouri. Wes Garrett's out there. A lot of people out there.
Y'all are killing me. Man. Shit, it's 10:30 at your house.
Yeah, it's getting late for us. Annella, thank you so much for everything. Adam, do you have anything else?
I'm good.
My co-host loves to talk. He does. He's a
yeah. I told you I could talk for hours about this.
We got to hold him back. No, I love it. I can't wait. I mean, the Royal, as you said at the beginning of the show, the Royal is a family reunion for barbecue people.
It is.
It's gonna be so much fun. I can't wait. We're gonna have a great time.
Yeah.
But anyway, y'all get in touch with her. She's giving your information on Facebook. Hit her up. Easiest way to get in touch with her.
If you haven't got your briskets yet, look in Kansas City.
Yeah.
They've got them. Call the barbecue
Chris.
Stores in Kansas City.
There's a lot of stores there.
Yep.
Proud Souls, Kansas City.
Or Cordy Meats is amazing. And I think that they've got some, and they trim them out for you. So,
and I do believe he might, if you call him, he might find somebody that can bring you a brisket.
I've been trying to sweet talk him into coming. He told me if he had enough orders, he might make it down. But
see, man, he didn't tell me that. He said he wasn't coming.
No, you got to be on the good.
Yeah, got to get to that Annella level. Got to get to that Annella level.
Yeah, so obviously, if anybody needs anything, give us a shout out. Let us know. You can always reach us at help@snakeriverfarms.com. That goes straight into our inbox. About 8 people at a time see it, so that's the quickest way. If you have any issues or you need anything, you guys can always find me. Shoot me a message. Please remember time zones. Oh, and we're going to talk about this because this is the most important thing about the Royal this year.
Kids Q.
No. Saturday night after you light your pit, turn your effing clock back.
Yes. So great. You get an extra hour of sleep.
I know you get it, but I'm just like, I am going to feel so bad. I'm literally going to go to chicken turn-ins an hour early just to see
who turns it in.
Who didn't turn their clock back.
But I think, it's better to be early than
it is better to be early. I don't know about an hour early. No, I'm just saying, have fun, cook your cook, come get a hot dog and a hug, and don't forget to turn your clocks back. There's my piece.
That's it. Y'all, I hope you have a wonderful night. And we will see
thank you guys so much.
See you at the Royal, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.